So here's the deal. I wrote an article recently which basically stated my opinions on the whole YouTube sexual abuse scandal. I said what thousands of others said, but the vitriol that I was met with was interesting to me. This week I've been called things like faggot and beta. Beta, I thought he was calling me some sort of, you know, fancy, aggressive fish. But anyway, like, I considered myself liberal, I considered myself feminist for years, but it wasn't until recently, seeing the backlash against Anna Sarkeesian, whatever, you know, having to cancel one of her speaking engagements because of death threats, and Lacey Green, whom I'm a big fan of, also coming forward with just horrible accusations of verbal and, you know, electronic abuse, that I realized that there are a lot of assholes out there. I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought a lot of these women were blowing things out of proportion. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you get a hate comment or two, you know, that's part of being a YouTuber. But after releasing this article, I realized there is a strong contingent on the internet that is actually dead set on fighting and lacerating the feminist movement, which does seem to be a little strange, considering it's pretty obvious, you know, which is the right side of history. It wasn't until I got my own vitriolic comments that I realized that for a long time, yes, I was a feminist, I was liberal, I was, you know, I was open-minded, but I was also passive. I argued points of feminism amongst like-minded people. I was open-minded to people, to fellow open-minded people, and I realized that doesn't do any good. That's literally preaching to the choir. In order to feel better about myself and to feel like I was actually making a difference, or feel like I was engaged in a real conversation with people who may not share my views, I needed to start this channel. You can call me a faggot, you can call me a beta, a cocksucker, a cocksucking, muff-diving fagwad, a feminist puss Nazi, which that was pretty clever. None of those labels hurt me as much as thinking to myself I was passive. Because there's nothing worse in my mind than letting your principles sleep. Let's see this channel as an armistice. We're not here to fire slings and arrows. We're here to opinionate. We're here to find out information. I don't know if we'll change hearts and minds here. I don't know that that's my responsibility. But I'm certainly going to give you my views on some things, because my passivity ends here. I'm not going to be a passive feminist anymore. I'm going to fight the good fight. So, without further ado, welcome.